Hello, 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 and welcome to this final boss fight quiz night. My name is John, and I am joined by Ben.
Hi there. Good to see you all.
By the Rogue Trader Enthusiast.
Howdy, howdy.
By Angel.
Yo!
By Angel Mama.
Hello!
And very shortly, we will be joined by the dulcet tones of Lo-Fi Girl, because I definitely remember to turn on the music tonight. And haven't.
You're still missing, is that the reason?
Yeah, that's the problem.
He needs a list, doesn't he?
Did you guys see about that?
Quiz,
you know,
John, this is why
Girl going missing.
This is why you ungag the hostage.
This is why we say the quiet thing out loud and the loud thing quietly, right? Or the other way around. Did you guys see about Lo-Fi Girl and Synthwave Boy going missing and that whole thing that happened this week? I know that that Tanny posted about it a bit in the Discord, but sort of Monday this week, the Lo-Fi Girl and Synthwave Boy streams on YouTube, both of them vanished. And the streams ran with them not in the room for a few days. And then another stream appeared with a snowflake that slowly grew over the course of a day.
Hey.
And then they released the first Lo-Fi Girl music video for a lo-fi song called Snowman. It is an official Lo-Fi Girl. They're getting a lot of plug out of this, like we're a massive stream that loads of people are viewing right now. They released a music video that is like the first official Lo-Fi Girl music video. It has our first like in-universe lore sightings of Lo-Fi Girl's parents. If you go and watch it, it's also the first time like we find the origins of Lo-Fi Girl's scarf, because she's always wearing this scarf. We see that it was a gift from her mum. It is implied that her parents aren't around anymore. She is upset by the snow happening in the town. She runs through the town and bumps into Synthwave Boy. And like we have that first interaction of them bumping into each other in the town, and they don't seem to know each other, which is our first official confirmation that they don't know each other, because obviously normally they just sit in their rooms and do homework all night and day and then night again. They really don't have that much of an active social life.
They're busy people, John.
They have one thing they do over and over again. But yeah, it was quite cool. It was an interesting thing. Anyway, we have a quiz to do. I have
at some point.
I have 4 rounds of questions. I have 10 questions per round, as per the usual. I have, for your delight, delectation, or third thing not found, I have a round on disturbance. There's a good one. I have a round on the likes and dislikes of Stardew Valley characters.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
I have a badly explained video games plots round, where I will describe the plot of video games poorly, and you will have to try and work out what that video game is.
I'll guess poorly. Is that all right?
We expect nothing more.
Do you hear that? John has no expectations of you.
I know.
We have,
there, dude.
As promised to my brother, we have the Barry round, of which I will describe when we get closer.
This is all about a lizard.
I feel like I'm gonna have an advantage on that round.
Anyway.
And I have a round just titled, Which Earned More?
Oh,
Earned as in money?
Yeah.
guess we find out.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have questions to detail that when we get to that round.
Law says Ben should do well at the poorly described video games round because he has to put up with them explaining things a lot. So apparently, Ben, you're going to do really well this quiz.
We'll see.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Let's start off by getting some team names from you guys. Ben, what would you like your team to be called this month?
Going on with what I end up calling myself in pretty much every stream. I am Benathan.
Benathan. Is that how we spell it? Benathan?
Benethen. Benathan.
Oh, Benathan.
Benathan.
I thought it was an S. Sorry, Ben. Benathan. Hmm.
It's called a skill rogue.
And I stand by my response, not according to my therapist.
And speaking of rogue, what would you like your team name to be?
Citron Dragon. For no other reason than I've got a book about dragons, and I just finished 2 Tartar Citrons, and I'm very happy. My entire body. If someone licked me, I'd probably taste like a lemon sherbet right now.
Apparently I spelled Benathan wrong, sorry.
Brace yourself for licking. That sounded rude.
Yeah, his whole light just flashed before his eyes in abject horror. Because
Sherbet. I'm actually salivating thinking about it.
I mean, I like lemon sherbet too, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go over to Rogue's house and start licking him as much as he wants me to.
All right.
Angel,
Hang on, what?
could before we discuss how many licks it takes to get to the center of the rogue, could we possibly get a team name from yourself, Angel?
Angel Feather again.
Well, let me put all those letters in the right order.
You're right there, Ben.
Ben is acceptable.
Something about just them trying to get to your center and how many licks it's gonna take is
I'll save
wasn't
my
an
left.
image I was expecting to think of tonight.
I will save my left arm for you, Ben.
And Angel Mama.
Okay, there's going to be a reasoning here because we have to do that. What's the name of the game? Stardew
Valley.
Stardew Valley game is, from what I understand, there's a village. So in the oldie days, there was always an idiot. So my team name is Village Idiot.
I started typing before you got to the end of that, seeing where that joke was going. All right.
What if that's probably Clint then, isn't it? Going by what I've been told.
Okay.
Okay.
Let us... Oh. New point of fact for... Okay. First point of fact. Don't give Ben the answers. Don't put your answers in the chat. Do not message Ben the answers. Do not listen to what Ben says. Do not give them to
Preemptive,
Rogue.
Ben.
Do not put your answers anywhere that anyone here can see them until we have marked the questions. Second point of order for people watching along at home, you will have noted there is a new timer down in the stream underneath the chat window. We are going to have 3 minutes from the end of one question until the start of the next. That is the longest that people will have to answer things. If I see that everybody is finished up, we might jump to the next question a little bit early, but we're going to see if this works to works to keep things a bit more on track and make sure that rounds don't just last until the end of forever.
Yeah, we started off really well, John.
Yeah, it's going great so far. Let's push on with asking question 1, getting in position to start the timer. Stardew Valley characters' likes and dislikes. All of the villagers like being gifted pearls and what 2 other items? There are 3 items in Stardew Valley that you can universally gift to anyone, and they will love them, I believe is the correct term. What are the 2 other items? Pearls, and which 2 other items?
Oh,
I will.
where's Rebels when I need them?
I will give half points for half points if you get one or the other of these. There are a couple of these where you can earn half points. I will throw that in at the top of the round. There are a couple of the questions here where you will be able to earn partial points for a slightly less right answer.
For the sake of this being a round which I asked for, I really should have studied more.
We Googled right before we came here, like
Like we do every year.
yeah, So
Every
we
year?
might get one every year, every month.
I just like the slightly Pinky and the Brain energy that had. Like, what should we do tonight, Brain? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. We will Google the answers to the quiz.
There you go.
And not every night, every
That is
month.
exactly the point, my dear.
Nerf.
Yeah. We've been playing the game. I haven't really done the gifting side of things. Just hate me.
Okay, we're reconnected. We're back. We should be back now. The Wi-Fi just died, which is all sorts of fun times. So I have no idea what you just said, but I understand that I should not answer anything, because apparently I will at some point have to see Angel again, so they said.
No,
Angel's
that wasn't you,
mama.
my dear.
But
we're out
right.
of time. We're going to start on the next one, aren't we?
Yes, we do. And so,
Yay!
typically, I did all my research for this, looking at the Wikipedias and things, the wikis for Stardew. Snails are on the universally hated list, but which villager loves receiving them? One villager loves receiving snails. Which villager loves receiving snails? Otherwise, they're hated by everybody. Spoilers, don't give snails to people in life, I guess, unless you know they like them.
Or the French.
Escargot. Nummy.
I love how we both went to the same joke.
I still feel that if you just walked up to a Frenchman and handed him a snail, he'd be like, why the hell are you handing me a snail, but in French accent?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you don't just give them one.
I mean,
Like, you give them at least 20, because you need 20 to make a decent meal.
as a question, John, are we talking cooked or? Because I know a few of them like actual meals.
I believe
can make
this
all
is
the
just.
difference.
I believe this is
Literally
just
the
snail. It is
Right.
It is not processed in any way. It is literally you hand them a snail.
How do you get snails in Stardew? I don't
You
remember
go in your
getting all that
garden.
many.
You find a nice boy snail and a bunch of nice girl snails. You put them in a container and you just wait.
Apparently,
Yeah, you
crab
only need the one
pots
voice.
is
crab
presumably an actual answer to that.
Like
because
sea snails.
law
That
says
makes
so.
sense.
Look where she's
Oh.
sitting. In between his legs.
Oh, what's his name?
Takes in the front door. Yeah.
Oh, why did I give myself thing with names?
I have a neighbor who has a tank filled with assassin snails.
I was going to say, there's somebody that shares on the Meeple Perk Discord pictures of their snails.
Aren't they the big ones that like that? It's almost like an aquarium that they live in.
I don't. No, Assassin's Tales aren't the big ones.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
They're quite small, but they do go around and eat a lot of things that would cause infection in like a fish tank.
Oh, they keep the tank balanced. It's what you can add to keep a tank's like
Healthy.
Healthy, yeah.
Law says assassins. Oh, there you go. You saw the question. Carry on.
Yeah. I do have a question there, John. If we don't know the name, can we just describe them?
You can try, but I've literally just got the names written down, so that there might be
It's
an
the
amount
tall
of
one with the
googling.
side parting.
That guy with the hair and the shoes.
Yeah.
It's the redhead with the camel toe.
Okay, time for question
Quite
3.
what I meant, but still.
Question 3. Which easy to find gemstone does Abigail love? There is an apparently, according to the wiki,
Wait, is that Abigail?
there is an easy to find gemstone that Abigail loves. It recommended giving it to Abigail.
Yes.
Grief. Keep that off the air. Ben, you never answered the question. You said you were going to step up.
No. Well, when it comes down to it, simple fact of the matter is that Angel is definitely insane. So that just insert factor means that you must be the brain.
Thank you, sir. You are still a friend.
Don't worry, I
I
won't
can't
last.
even argue with him either.
With your logic, Angel agrees.
Angel,
Yeah,
can we get a narf?
Nerf.
Yeah, see, it works.
Wait, no. If I start singing it, we might get a strike.
What should we do tonight,
The
Pinky?
angel, and the mum.
Wonderful.
Hey, Sean. Quizzing is going okay. I feel that we have got to the point where everybody has an answer for that or isn't going to.
I think so.
So we're going to stop that timer and reset it and get to question 4. Wool is on the universally neutral list in that giving it will give you no big boost or negatives. But who loves it? Who loves wool?
She might. He might.
I will say this is one of those where there are there is an answer, a not so right answer, and a 0 points answer. I was tempted to make it a negative points answer, but I felt that if anybody did manage to stumble into negative points, I'd not hear the end of it.
I was going to say, are we following the basis of QI now?
I haven't had the
Screwed if
chance.
we are.
I haven't had the chance to install the klaxons yet.
I have always been curious to see how our points would work if we had the correct answer is 1, no answer is 0, and incorrect answer is -1. Just see how that would radically change how we play.
We should all get one of those buttons from Staples.
I feel the need for if we did do that at some point, or the QI questions, to just get the massive lights behind me to be able to do that wah 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 wah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I'd be turning into Ellen Davies in that one.
He's my favourite though.
I think we both Alan Davies in this context.
I feel that unfortunately
we've got a whole team of Ellen Davies.
Yeah,
to
we
be fair.
we booked too many Allens is our problem.
I feel more like an Eddie Izzard though. without the makeup.
Or the taste in fashion.
Shut that bleep up. I'm not wasting
I'm
your.
not saying it's bad taste. You just don't have his taste.
You know,
Gurk says, all
only
in,
my
all
men.
in with the
Does
Allen.
Eddie
Allens.
still use those pronouns?
No, I think she's a she now.
Yeah, she's a she.
She Susie now? Susie is
Yeah.
Susan.
Susan.
Yeah, no, it's Susie.
Susie?
Susie,
Oh.
Oh,
Eddie
it's
is out.
Susie. Oh, okay.
But
Oh, so
apparently Eddie is okay, but prefers Susie.
Fair. I know that she had very strong views on gender and the gendering of her clothing before transitioning, because whenever she was interviewed about women's clothing, I know that she had the answer of, well, they're not women's clothing, they're mine.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, she was a transvestite
Yes.
right from the very big. I think, yeah, since birth. So
it is now time for question 5. If you want to find your way into Carolyn's heart, what alliterative flower will gain you points?
Sorry, what kind of flower?
What alliterative flower will gain you points?
My pen ran out. Does that count?
Your pen ran.
No, it's not a flower.
So if Caroline's who I think they are, then you're doing something very dangerous by doing that. By virtue of, I believe she has a husband.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, Caroline's an excellent one. There's an excellent thing you can do with T, but you need to become Caroline's friend first. I think it's Caroline. Green hair.
Oh, also
green hair, Caroline. Yeah.
Sean has nicely pointed out. I prefer she, her, but Eddie Izzard quoting. I prefer she, her, but I don't mind he, him, so no one can really get it wrong unless they call me Kenneth or Sabrina.
That's fair enough. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And I am remaining Eddie Izzard in public.
Yeah, because I think his shows are still under Eddie Izzard.
I mean, you've kind of built up a whole thing of it, really, at this point.
Because my understanding was when he transitioned, it was I gave him a good run, so I'm going to try she, her, and
like New Game Plus.
Yeah, and then but his shows have always been under the Eddie banner, so I think it's probably easier for him to just, or she, to continue with that banner because that's her public persona.
Well, I mean, she's already got all the
That makes
banners and things, so doesn't need to reprint them and stuff now.
Yeah. Oh, your donut box, I bet.
Oh.
But I'll double check. We're just double checking what Thor's chewing on because it's loud and he's out of sight.
Okay.
How long
Which
are
is
we on?
never-
I'm really struggling with this one. I can't.
You have a minute.
I don't come across any alliterative flowers. I haven't come across any.
I just heard an oh no. What? Bad dog.
Oh.
That's not a flower.
Thor downstairs. He's coming. Did he eat my sneakers? I guess that.
I blame my teacher, Lorna.
20 seconds to get an answer.
I'm gonna get punished here, aren't I?
Law says, and I shall replace you and win.
You're getting answers from the chat on your own round. That's a paddling.
I'm not your teacher, Bish Nugget, apparently.
A new nickname.
Time for the next question, which is a very simple one. Who loves pufferfish?
You like pufferfish.
I like them.
Don't worry about it, Jen. If they're eating, they're eating.
Who loves pufferfish?
I did look at them thinking, who can chew these?
Sorry,
Who
Ben.
likes
I
pufferfish?
shall continue the I'm not your teacher, I'm your master. I feel it was said with that tone. Like,
Is everybody just displaying their kinks tonight? Is that what it is?
we are doing a round on likes and
Nice.
dislikes, so
Yeah, that's very true as well.
I say we're still on the flowers.
no.
No, we
Who
moved on
loves
to another one.
pufferfish? Who loves pufferfish? Also, Law says, yeah, John got the tone spot on. Sounded just like her. Which I think is more of a concern for me, really.
You GM multiple games of D&D. You got to be good
This
at
is
doing
true.
voices.
It's not accurate.
When I left you, I was but a learner. Now I am the master.
I can do voices, but they trail around the country somewhat, and very occasionally can I keep the same accent for characters who are supposed to have the same accent.
See, I'm looking forward to the day you finally buy a voice changer, and suddenly it goes from like, ah yes, I am the scary dragon, and suddenly it's just like, oh shit, my entire skeleton just vibrated from the bellowing.
The only
I don't do
person,
voices, but I do good. I do good laughing.
the only person
And
I've been
apparently
ever tempted to do a voice changer for is my robot character.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, actually, that would be cool.
But apparently, my unhinged, crazy laughter has frightened our D&D group a couple of times.
It's very fun. It's very fun to do that.
It is.
If, by the way, if you listen to the podcast, you will hear a voice-changed version of Aegis talking, where I followed a tutorial online for how to do Ultron sort of voice.
Nice.
So yeah, that's I attempted a couple of different voice changer mods for getting the Aegis announcements done.
I got told off by Jennifer because my GPS was the annoying cow that comes with my phone.
I didn't tell you why.
And she was telling me all about John's fancy dancy different voices on his GPS system.
Let's get on to the next question, because the timer literally just ran out.
Okey-dokey.
Question 7. Krobus, the only friendly monster in Stardew, loves which normally universally hated item? Krobus, the only friendly monster in Stardew, loves which usually universally hated item? Also, spoilers in case you haven't yet found Krobus, the monster.
This should have been a multiple choice round.
There's a... Oh, there was... I don't know if it's universally hated, but at least know there's one thing which Krobus loves.
Krobus
I think Krobus loves it anyway.
is a shadow creature that lives in the sewers and refers to the other monsters as friends, but is also a trader and will talk with you and not kill you, as I assume most of the other monstrous creatures in that game do.
Do.
You do that voodoo that you do so well.
The fact that we said that at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, well, we're both two.
Yeah,
And,
pretty much.
as the Gurk says,
Yeah,
is neither a crow nor a bus.
No, it's not a bua. God, John, learn to read.
Oh, I need that heaty thing.
So, just to go back to the voices stuff, I kind of want to get a voice changer, because unlike Ben, I find it very difficult most of the time to talk in a deeper register. Ultimately, this one I might use if I ever play a giantkin. Most of the time, I tend to do voices like this, which is very fun when you're doing kobolds or goblins or,
Oh, I think we're losing internet.
a Stitch impersonation. Oh no, the entire bit was lost.
No, you went robotic for a minute there.
What?
You went a little robot. I think we lost you a little.
That's why I need the heating pad.
Uh,
No.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm back. Ah!
Oh, Hannah.
You guys are doing my head in.
Yeah, but we had to get our own back sometimes.
What you envisaged when you started the pub quiz, isn't it, darling?
To be fair, I don't think you envisioned any of what we do on a
Exactly.
monthly basis.
It's
This
always
is
the
more.
best.
It's just
That
similarly contained chaos.
That comment was laced or dripping with sarcasm, I should say.
I feel that we
I
are at
kind
a
of
point
love-
to restart the timer and do the next question.
Yeah.
Which is, who could
We'd
you
be a Haribo advert.
who could you enjoy the affections of if you had solar essence, void essence, and super cucumbers?
Well, have you got super cucumbers?
There is one person one person you can gain likeness points with. I don't know what they call them in the game. Hearts? Is it hearts?
I don't know. I'm just
I think
referring
so,
to it
yeah.
as friendship. I have good
Hearts,
friends
yes.
with the hearts, the star.
There
There
is
is
super
shiny things which
cucumber.
look good, which is
There
why we
is
like
one
them. But I haven't
person-
actually gone to get them.
One person will love these items.
So
Ah,
not
it's
a
John.
cat.
Ben,
Sorry.
they are literally hearts on the relationship tab.
John, what were the first two essences?
Solar and void.
Thank you, darling.
Have you not even looked at it, XD, XD, XD?
Oh God.
Added to try and find the pictures of the people. It's one of those things. Every time it says that I get a postal message in the game, and it says, "Yes, Abigail really wants da 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 da." I have to literally go to the character list and say, "Okay,
Which
one's
one's Abigail?"
Like, it's one of these. That's Abigail, and yeah. I think I've only done one run so far. I've actually cared enough to actually go out and try and make some friends just by talking to them. The rest of the time, I just run by. It's like, no, screw you. I'm just gonna go and do things.
I'm doing farming.
Can I
what were
sell
we
to
talking?
you? No, let's go.
What were we talking about just between the voices in this question?
I mean, there was the discussion briefly of the fact that the three of us doing the high-pitched Lilu and Stitch voice would be great toddler skit for toddlers with beards.
I remember what it was because it's one the tiny thing in between that. So, because you can never really expect what we're doing, I think it would be very fun for those in the audience if you prepared a bingo card. A stupid nonsense bingo card for the chat to do.
Law says...
And if we did it, they get a point?
Well, they get to stamp a thing.
Yeah.
And if they win bingo, I don't know.
They get
They
to
won
choose their
bingo.
own.
We'll
When it
come
comes
back
down
to
it, I was
chat in
expecting
a
more like a
moment.
drinking game when it come down to it. Every time we
because
go off the rails, we take a shot.
It is now time for the next question. Which
make it
is...
past round one.
let's stop the timer for a second and actually read the question first.
Whoa.
Maru the Tinkerer and nurse who lives north of Pelican Town with her parents likes which potentially worrying item that is normally hated? Which potentially worrying item does the Tinkerer and nurse, Maru, want? Also, let's just quickly go over the chat again for a minute. Sean says, if people want likes from me, I require pistachios, fudge, and chili heatwave Doritos. I mean, screw it, just food in general.
Yeah, along the lines.
Well done, John.
Law says, see, Ben, you make friends in real life. I make them in Stardew. And for once, my method is useful. And Sean says, off-track bingo, I like it.
Yes.
And apparently, if they get bingo, they get to choose a round.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty cool.
That
That'd
was
be an interesting one.
Angel's idea, I think, wasn't it? She yelled out
on
that.
occasion. On occasion.
I feel the slight problem for that is we'd then have to prepare multiple bingo cards. Unless I guess it's they try to get bingo and you guys don't know what's on the bingo card. Otherwise, you'd just do all of the things or never do one of the things.
Well, yeah, there's an element of like trust and good faith here, where you could just like put it in the chat on a little repeat thing, and hopefully Ben doesn't look at the bingo card.
It's
There are ways to get me to stop paying attention to the bingo card. I mean, might be one or two little things.
I just assumed you wouldn't show us the bingo cards.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but the people in chat need to see it, and if somebody opens Twitch when he's showing see what I'm saying?
Try
That's
and
what
get
they're
numbers up and all that side of things, and just as well as that, just to watch as well, see what things actually look like as we draw it ever so deeply into chaotic.
Okay, I'm going to say that we can restart the next question now.
Okay.
The next question 10 of the first round. If you're trying to make friends, what is the benefit of remembering people's birthdays? In Stardew. Not just, it's nice to remember your friends' birthdays.
The answer to this does also apply in real life.
There are multiple answers to this particular bit. There are multiple reasons why it's a good idea to remember the villagers' birthdays, especially if you're trying to make friends with them. So, if you get any of them, you can have a point.
It's also the same reason why John should remember my birthday.
That feels like it's soon.
Oh, it's very soon. Not like it's going to be at least one more quiz.
So, lollipop just popped
I
off
remember
his dick.
Reebel's birthday.
Yeah, that's how I eat them.
Well, it's somewhere between now and Ree's birthday.
Is it somewhere between now and my brother's birthday?
No.
It's between my brother's birthday and Ree's birthday.
Indeed.
Okay. That's narrowing it down a little bit. I mean, it's a whole month.
Well, admittedly, I have forgotten when your birthday is, so I need to list it down. What is the color of the day? Sky blue, pink with yellow dots.
By the way, your headphones are flashing.
Oh, that's it. That was it complaining about a low battery. That's why I went to go put the cable in.
Oh, I see.
Apparently, this has become a quiz for John now.
Yes.
Gurks asks, is it the 16th of Smarch?
No, it's the 32nd of Bruever.
Oh.
Stupid smarch weather.
Is everybody ready for some answers?
Never day.
Because they're going to ask then. We're going to get them all wrong anyway.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to let them out to pee. If you can check my answers.
I'm checking Angel's answers because she and the dogs are going out to pee.
Okay.
Come on, Chrono, it's pee time.
Let's get rid of the timer for a minute. That can.
She likes to crouch behind the pine tree to go, so,
Question 1, Ben.
What, Angel? Yes.
Yeah.
All of the villagers like to be gifted or love to be gifted pearls, and which 2 other items?
I said rabbit's foot and prismatic shard.
Oh, I think you're close with those.
Well, that makes me so wrong it's not even funny. Can I go next?
Angel Mama.
Get it
It's
over
more
with.
when it comes down to
No, it's Rogue next, isn't it? That's the route we normally take.
That is the usual route. Rogue.
There's a route. I went with starfruit and wine.
No.
Jennifer and I, funnily enough, wrote the same things, and we didn't cheat because we, like I said, we Googled stuff. She wrote it in a different order than me. Do you want Angel's answers?
Yeah, sure.
Magic rock candy and golden pumpkin.
Those are the correct answers.
Ah.
So, Ben, just to cover, prismatic shards and rabbit's foot are on the universal loves list, but there is a villager that hates both of them.
Oh, I
So
see.
they are not technically universally loved because there is one person. So Haley doesn't like the prismatic shards,
Penny, I think?
and Penny hates the rabbit's foot.
Yeah. Because there was a
So-
list and it said universal likes, and then as you got to certain ones, it said accept
Yeah. So
Penny,
we're just
and then on another one, it said accept Holly. But no, we were right, Jan.
What?
It was the candy and the pumpkins. We remembered.
Okay.
I think that's the only one.
Yeah.
Rogue. Snails
Yep.
are on the universally hated list, but which villager loves receiving them?
I went with Elliot because I think he's the one who goes fishing.
Ooh.
Angel.
I put Haley because I remembered one of the names had an H.
Angel Mama.
Harry or Holly, but I couldn't remember if it was a Harry or a Holly.
Ben.
I couldn't remember the kid's name. As I say, when it comes down to it, it is the little red-haired boy. I'm presuming it's him because when it comes down to it, he loved to go. He wanted to go into the sewer, and it seemed like yucky stuff that seems to appeal. And it's kiddie.
You
Kids
get the
collect
point.
bugs.
I've got the
Oh,
wiki open, so I've got the picture now. Yeah, it's Vincent, the child.
We were way off. Holly
Uh,
was the one that didn't like one of the universal light gifts, remember? There was a bunch of them.
what easy to find Angel? What easy to find gemstone does Abigail love?
Pearls?
Angel Mama.
Sapphire.
Ben.
Okay, I might have got this one wrong because I realised that actually I was thinking of the wrong woman.
Thinking of a gemstone.
There is a little challenge in one of the, well, I say challenge, it's one of the requests is to give one, and it's to Emily. So I might have got this one wrong. I said an amethyst.
I mean, you got it right. It is amethyst. You may have been giving it to the wrong person, but it is amethyst. Pearls are liked by everybody, so I'm assuming they are not easy to find.
They're also not gemstones.
Oh, it was Abigail we gave it to. I thought it was given. I thought Clint got us to give the amethyst to Emily. Emily's the blue-haired one, isn't it? Emily is the blue-haired one.
Yes.
Ben, you can give me all the amethysts you want, and I will definitely like them.
Abigail is the purple-haired one, just in case that helps you.
yes, teenager.
Ah.
Yes. The teenager who doesn't look like a teenager in the pictures and gets a lot of people very confused.
Oh, maybe he got you to give one to her too.
Oh,
No,
that could be it.
Don't cuddle with your sisters. Where is Thor?
Angel Mama.
Oh, downstairs. Oh, okay.
Angel
Oh,
Mama.
Angel Mama, that's me.
Wool is on the universally neutral list, but who loves it?
The tailor.
And I
Tell
need
me
to-
I'm wrong.
And I need to look up who it is. Are you a tailor?
It's like there isn't a tailor.
There is a person who has a sewing machine, so technically I suppose you could place that one down because
I'll give
that's
you
the answer
half a
I'd put
point.
down.
I'll give you half a point unless Ben says the name of the person. Ben.
Oh no, Ben
Emily.
Cooker.
Emily
Okay.
has the because once it gives you a chance to use their sewing machine,
Angel
come
Mama,
at any time.
you have just been promoted to the full point. Emily is the right answer.
Dang, I thought it was Linus because I thought he'd just like something warm to pack in his sleeping bag.
She has the she makes her own clothing, is the reasoning. You could have got a half point for Sandy, who likes wool but doesn't love it, and Penny actually dislikes getting wool for reasons, I'm sure. Ben, what alliterative flower does Caroline like?
I haven't come across any alliterative flowers. I'm literally trying to think for like sunflower, this flower, that flower. I've just ended up writing down an alliterative lemon lily. I don't know.
Okay, Rogue.
I went with fancy flowers.
Angel.
A dainty daisy.
Angel Mama.
I went with the classic red roses.
All very good alliterative flowers, but I'm afraid you missed the summer spangle, which
That's
Caroline
literally
loves.
what I'm saying in my head. Oh, I forgot it was called the spangle.
Is that where the Star Spangled Banner comes from?
No, other way around, Ben.
Uh,
Stardew Valley is not older than the USA as much as it's a very young country.
I don't know. I mean, let's think of a spangle's a flower because a lot of the other stuff is real in there. So I think of it is that the spangled is the spangled flag just because they use flowers to start off with.
You could have also made the argument that she likes the fiddlehead fern, which is an alliterative flower, but she doesn't give you as many heart points for that one.
They're little.
Rogue, who loves pufferfish?
You like pufferfish?
Clint, the blacksmith.
Angel.
James.
Angel Mama.
I said the mermaid.
Ben.
I think it's
Abigail.
good enough on me.
It is Abigail. Angel. I think.
Yes.
Yes. What does Krobus like that everybody else hates?
Trash.
Angel Mama.
That's what I put. Trash/garbage.
Ben.
Like rubbish.
Right. I hope I got this one right because I know that we had to give it to him because he loves the stuff. Void mayonnaise.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah!
Makes sense it's void because he's a shadow.
He also likes seafoam pudding, which apparently is another typically disliked thing.
What about coal?
1 second, let me find out his feelings on coal.
But my dear, you taught me something which was very useful.
He has no strong feelings on coal, I believe.
I mean,
That's a good question.
fair. Oh,
Is
most
it
people
void
don't
egg
like
and
it,
void
and then
mayonnaise?
yes.
Void egg is also on the list.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean he
egg.
makes his own void mayonnaise?
Void egg.
Let me see his void
Oh, I
egg
knew the
on
void bit,
this
I was
list.
Yeah, you need to get evil chickens before you can make void eggs. I say evil chickens, they're black chickens with red eyes.
Your rabbit looks like a pair of boobs with ears.
It was supposed to.
Void eggs
It's
are universally
terrible.
disliked. They are not universally hated. Whereas void mayonnaise is universally hated. Angel Mama, who can you romance
That would
if
be
you
me.
have solar essence, void essence, and super cucumbers? I feel I should have seen that one coming, and no. Ben.
Just going by the community thing and the fact that he wants the void, bloody yada yada yada, and the essences and all that, like, is the wizard.
The
That's why I
wizard.
said John.
The wizard does love all three of those items.
Yay!
And then we'll come back to Ben again and say, Ben, what does Maru the Tinkerer want that is potentially worrying and normally hated?
I wasn't sure, to be fair, so I ended up putting down bones.
No, I see the argument, but it's not bones. Rogue.
I went with a crab.
Angel.
And who
I
doesn't
went
like
with the
getting crabs?
explosive ammo.
Angel Mama.
Magic mushrooms.
She wants radioactive bars. Which really makes me question, what is she tinkering with up there?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
something in the game?
Okay, I get the tinkerer, but why the hell does the nurse want radioactive bars?
X-rays.
X-ray.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
true.
going to say, yeah.
I say, wait, what? I'm with Ben here. I didn't know radioactive bars were a thing. I know iridium bars are a thing.
Radioactive bars can be crafted by smelting 5 radioactive ores and 1 coal.
That must be a new thing.
Of course.
Law says apparently if you romance her, she'll let you know what she's building, which, report back sometime.
All right, then.
Rogue, what's the importance of remembering people's birthdays?
You get double hearts on their birthday when giving them gifts.
No. Angel.
I mean,
I put more points if you give them their favorite gifts.
Angel Mama.
Well, I just put it down that A, it was polite, which B, gave you extra hearts. That's all I could think of for the likes and stuff, but
oh,
I couldn't.
I just realised.
Does that make sense?
I'll give you half a point. Ben.
I just said double friends points.
Alright, just before we go through, I think I've just remembered it as the last second.
Okay.
Is it because you can give them 2 gifts on the same day?
I mean, that is a part of it. So you can so there are 2 benefits. You can always give a villager a gift on their birthday, even if you've passed the limit for the week of how many gifts they can accept. And you don't get double the points. You get 8 times the points.
Well, see, I didn't say double. I said more points. So can I at least get it?
I'll give you the half point as well.
Woohoo!
Wait, so who is getting half points?
Me.
Not us.
Angel and Angel Mama. Yeah, not you guys.
Oh.
Also, apparently, Law says the Ginger Island update, I believe, for Maru, and I think looking at the wiki when I did, I think that's accurate, because I think she shows up when you have the Ginger Island.
For the ore.
Well, Maru's been around since the beginning.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
the ore shows up then at the Ginger Island stuff. I think Maru now go. Did it say Maru now goes to the Ginger Island thingy? Yes, Maru will randomly spend the day at the beach resort on Ginger Island after you have unlocked it.
Cool.
Let's get some points and move on to round 2. Ben,
Hello.
Benathan, how did you do?
Got 6 out of 10.
Wow, well done.
Citron Dragon,
1.
Angel Feather,
1.5.
and the Village Idiot.
2.5.
It's
The fact that
it's very close at the bend there. It's in reverse order. We have the Citron Dragon at 1 point, Angel Feather at 1.5, the Village Idiot at 2.5, and Benathan in the lead with 6.
Well done.
Very nice.
Let's move on to round 2. How's everybody feeling about the 3 minutes? Is that enough? Is that too much?
Oh, plenty
feels
of
like
time.
enough.
I think 2.5 minutes should be tried next time. Because I think 3 minutes is more than enough. You either know it or you don't.
Okay,
You know?
I'm gonna bring the timer down. Live and on
Thanks
the
for that,
fly,
man.
2 minutes 30 seconds.
I'm going to regret saying this, aren't I?
You are,
Absolutely.
yeah, 100%.
Probably.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're all for live checking how things work middle of the stream,
I still
especially
think it's
when
a
it's
good
that easy
idea.
to update.
Yeah, no, just having the timer, I think, is a really good idea.
Let's crack on with round number 2, which is badly explained video game plot lines. I've got the plot lines for 10 video games. Not explaining them well, you have to work out what game I am talking about. Some of these are games from a series. In some cases, they are specifically about one game in that series, and others refer to multiple. I will accept. For the ones that refer to just any of the games in the series, I'm not going to be specific about the title. There is at least one that I can see that refers very much to one game in that series. Are we all clear?
Just
Excellent.
one point of clarification. Do we get points if your description is so bad it hurts?
No, you just get pain.
Well, I actually don't think it's that.
If it's that particular one in a series, do we get half a point if we get the series?
I'll give you half a point if you get the series. That seems fair.
Just as long as you haven't got Arctelenko Angelique Delay in there.
Let me double check.
Any of those
What?
Japanese RPGs with the 6-figure names.
No. Question 1.
Right.
Would you stop fiddling with my dog's nipples? It's weird.
Question 1, and trying to expunge the last 10 seconds from my brain. Convicted killer takes a young girl on a hugely dangerous hike. Convicted killer takes a young girl on a hugely dangerous hike.
Wait, no.
It worries me how many movies that could also describe.
How many games? Yeah.
Well, it's one specific video game I'm looking for here. Convicted killer takes a young girl on a hugely dangerous hike.
You're right there, Ben.
No, just trying to think. I've got one which sort of jumped into my head, and it's like, it's the convicted part, which is like, no, maybe not.
It's the convicted killer that gives you the answer.
I'm just trying to think when it comes down to
Maybe.
literally for the sake of the taking a young girl for a hike.
I mean, they are badly explained.
Oh no, I get that. But I'm literally now trying to think of games with guy taking young girl anywhere.
Thanks, Peter Fiddock, when you say it like that, my dear.
Yeah,
John,
that description
have to
kind of
be-
does that as well.
True.
hey, John, do we have to be specific with this one?
No.
No, I don't
I'll
think
let
so.
you know when I'm at the specific one, because that seems more fair to just let you know this is the one that's looking
otherwise
very
you're
much
giving the
for
answer
one
away
game in the
anyway.
series.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
It doesn't give the answer away that I'm looking for one game in a series, but the question very much is
Focused on one game in the series.
focused on one
Listen.
game in that series, specifically, like the ocean. We have about
Don't
15
indulge.
seconds
John,
left.
you got there too quickly for me to make a joke. I'm hurt.
I'm just gonna write that one down and leave that one for a moment. Who knows, might jump back at me.
Okay.
I'm very worried if the answers on your sheet are acting like jump scares.
Timers are up. Question 2. Gymnastic 50-something dons black spandex outfit, chokes men. Gymnastic 50-something dons black spandex outfit, chokes men. And you said the last one sounded bad. Almost like I picked that one for you guys. Gymnastic 50-something dons black spandex outfit, chokes men.
Don't we all?
Some of us aren't
Mine's
gymnastic
spandex.
or 50-something.
So far, this is 2 games, neither of which I have played.
But do you know the plot lines?
I think I do.
See, this is where the fact that I watch a lot of Let's Players helps, because it's like I've never played the game, but I know the plots.
This is where I make really bad guesses, like in all the rounds.
That's so no different than any other quiz, then.
This
Yeah,
is,
that's what I said.
to be-
all the round.
to be fair, well, while we've got another minute left or so, this is a series of games that I have tried to play and enjoy, and they always seem to come out when something else comes up, and I always like play
Exactly.
the first 2 or 3 levels and then get distracted by something else that's happening. Ben, you have a statement.
I have a quick statement. This is for Lorna, because I don't want to start typing in my phone and make people start thinking I'm actually searching things up. Taco has parking spaces. They have 5 left. If you want to grab one, you can potentially grab one now. That is all I was going to say. It's very
Go.
cryptic for people who don't know what it is, but I've been alerted that one that popped up, and it's like, yep, I've been told that one distinctly. Ben is at a meeting, and so, yeah. If you wish to, there are 5 parking spaces. Anyway.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah.
You mentioning Taco has me thinking of the game Taco Cat.
Now I just want Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's what I
And,
was just saying.
time is up.
Mm.
Question 3. Low-income employee discovers staff cuts, skives off work with his buds. Low-income employee discovers staff cuts, skives off work with his buds.
Oh my god, John.
I'm probably completely wrong, but
It's a video game?
yep.
I'm trying to remember the title of that video game, but I think I've got it.
It's not Chip's Challenge.
Oh, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Actually,
Or
it could be
Hello
Conker's
Kitty
Bad Fur
Island
Day.
Adventure.
We're going on an adventure, Charlie.
I
And-
am the great.
Just to let you know, Ben, as I can't be accused of looking things up, I've just messaged Lorna on Discord.
Oh, thank you very much.
Just to make sure that if she's not caught this bit of the stream, she might
Yeah,
get that
just in
message.
case. I appreciate that.
Although if she's not caught
Yeah, I
this
could
bit
just
of the
imagine literally
stream,
pulling up my phone for a second and just start taking.
if she's not caught this bit of the stream, it might be because she's fallen asleep because she's not feeling very well.
I know.
We'll see how
even
that
out of bunk
goes.
bed prison, it could be a few things.
John,
But
can you
Um,
repeat,
one of
can you
those.
repeat the description, please?
Low-income employee just caught you. Low-income employee discovers staff cuts, skives off work with his buds. You have just over 30 seconds until we get to question 4. There are times when I write these where I look at the questions and think of very specific people.
I'm gonna just quickly send a message here.
Send the link. There are sometimes when I write these questions, I think of very specific people about certain quiz questions. This is one that very much fits with Sean and Sean's wheelhouse of video games, which is a big hint if you happen to know video games that Sean likes.
I'm not Googling anything. I'm going to Gmail. I'm showing Jennifer. I'm going to my Gmail.
You're fine.
Okay. Right, so I'll send a message over. We'll see whether Ben gets back. Considering he's up there, almost like he might be able to sort things out while he's there.
Okay, let's get question 4 going. Mutant marsupial kills dozens of animals in order to punish reckless scientist for harming animals.
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Mutant marsupial kills dozens of animals in order to punish reckless scientist for harming animals.
Oh, I love that description. I love that description.
And the worst part,
If it's not that, oh my god! If it's not what I put down, I'm going to be very sad.
Mutant marsupial kills dozens of animals in order to punish reckless scientist for harming animals.
Wait, just dozens?
I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens, maybe. I don't know.
And dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens.
I don't think
Well, there is a quantity of dozens there.
I don't think we're specifically looking at him punishing 12 of them. Especially
No, it's done in the old Roman army style. They've just mixed it up. It's not 1 in 10. It's 1 in 12. The punishment for the other 11 is they have to do the beating with sticks. Decimation was brutal. Sorry, my mind went off on a tangent there. I do apologize.
just a little bit.
Mutant marsupial kills dozens of animals in order to punish reckless scientist for harming animals.
I know it's not this. This isn't the game, but in my head, I've suddenly now just got my brain's thinking of Power Rangers. Like you could use that to describe the Power Rangers TV show.
I don't think you can.
Apart,
I don't think you can describe any of the Power Rangers as mutant marsupials. I mean, unless
I want to though.
Unless there's been some really crazy stuff happening in the Power Rangers since I stopped watching.
There's gotta
Well,
be like a kangaroo ranger by this point.
I know that there's a Power Rangers set in Australia.
Huh?
That's about the extent of my knowledge.
Oh my god. John, can you look that up and just tell us what the
we'll get
Australian
back to
Power
you.
Ranger animals are?
We'll get back to you on that after we start. Next question. Is everybody ready for question number 5?
Let's go for it.
Question 5. Unstoppable super soldier escorts lunatic AI to humanity's most vulnerable hotspots. I didn't reset the timer, so it didn't start. There we go. Unstoppable super soldier escorts lunatic AI to humanity's most vulnerable hotspots.
That is an interesting one.
You want me to check that for you?
Just telling me that the.
Can you repeat that description one more time?
Unstoppable super soldier escorts lunatic AI to humanity's most vulnerable hotspots.
Lunatic AI.
Wreck-It Ralph.
No, this is video games, not movies, honey.
Wreck-It Ralph is a video game.
In the movie universe, maybe. I'm guessing on this one. I don't like that.
I'm guessing on them all.
Well, yeah, but you don't make your living on video games.
I don't know any video games.
I'm trying to.
Go Power Rangers.
Apparently, the first person who came up when I googled Australian Power Ranger is the actor who portrayed Nick Russell, or the Red Power Ranger or the Red Mystic Ranger in Power Rangers Mystic Force. Was born in Sydney, Australia. He is the first person of Lebanese descent to portray a ranger. And he has the name Firas Durrani.
Ass.
That's what I said.
That's rude.
I knew that was what was going to be said as soon as John
Somebody needs
pronounced it.
waxing. And that hurts. I've never waxed my ass, though.
All I can say about him is that he is the Red Ranger. I'm trying to find out if there's...
So there isn't an Australian Power Rangers team?
It's no, it doesn't appear to be a team. It appears to be that there was at least one who is Australian.
I think it was set in Australia.
Yeah, no, like it's set in Australia or it's filmed in Australia. One of the two.
Okay, I'm going to keep going.
wonder if there's
Also,
a
the timer ran
marsupial
out at some
Zord.
point. So let's get
you
on
add-
to question 6, and I also need to find a timer that beeps or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Question 6. A highly suggestible tourist murders swathes of addicts in a swanky undersea fishbowl. Oh, it only just ran out, says Sean. Highly suggestible tourist murders swathes of addicts in a swanky undersea fishbowl.
That is a good bad
so
description.
good.
That is
amazing.
perfect.
Oh.
My
That
God,
is a
that's
good bad
amazing.
description, I've got to say.
Oh, I'm not sure that's a bad description. I think it's pretty
I mean,
accurate.
And it's incredibly accurate. I mean, that's the whole point, is to try and describe things in the worst way.
Oh my dear. I love how I think all of us were just super confident. If we all put the same answer and we're all wrong, I'm gonna die laughing.
I know, right?
So, John,
Sean,
is there a marsupial Zord?
I can't find any evidence of a marsupial Zord or any official Power Rangers teams in Australia.
Have you tried turning the screen the other way up? It might be the.
I've just found somebody on Pinterest who has done artwork of a kangaroo as the Red Ranger.
Oh my god, you've got to share that.
I'll put this in the I'll share the artwork in the Discord. In the Land of Memes.
I was going to say, land of memes if anywhere, yeah.
Which, if you aren't in our Discord, I will just put the shout out that in the Land of Memes, yesterday I posted a bunch of Baldur's Gate 3 / The Emperor's New Groove fan art with
Oh no.
Asterion as the Llama Emperor, Karlak as Kronk, and Halcyon as John Goodman's character, whose name I can't remember.
Pacha.
Pacha, thank you.
That movie had no right to be as good as it was, and I still love it.
First Disney film to feature a pregnant woman. And the timer's just run out. So question 7. You can make a comment after I ask this question. Undead Mogul forms his own orc-only talent agency, proceeds to push his clients to the top. Undead Mogul forms his own orcs-only talents agency and proceeds to push his clients to the top. You may now comment, Rogue, if you wish.
Sorry, my brain just short-circuited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stumped on this one too.
Next question.
Oh God, there's one that I can think of, but I don't think John would choose it. But yeah, to go back to The Emperor's New Groove for a second, single-handedly, one of the best films ever made,
Yeah.
Excellent
and
film.
it's a great example of like Disney films don't need to be like super simple.
Okay.
They can have complex themes going on under the hood, complex emotions involved. Like it's a great case. Like it handles the idea of someone with narcissism really interestingly and like very accurately. Like it's fantastic. Not to
Well, Patrick Warburton, his voice just is perfect for Super. That was genius.
Chef's kiss.
Ooh, is it still playing around?
It,
Yeah, it looks like it's
it's
still playing.
back now apparently. We're back now.
Okay.
It might have just reconnected. I mean, the other one that I think absolutely perfect voice for it, and it's still surprising sometimes. I've just seen a lot of memes of Eartha Kitt being
Yzma.
Yzma.
Yeah.
It's like people posting the videos of her doing Santa Baby crossed with like cut to her doing Yzma voice. It's like that's range. Question 8.
Mhm.
This is the question where I'm looking for one specific game in a franchise. Irritating cousin drives man of peace relative to murderous crime spree. Irritating cousin drives man of peace relative to murderous crime spree. I feel I should highlight the quote marks around man of peace. Irritating cousin drives man of peace relative to murderous crime spree.
Yeah, that's what I think too, Kronos. Oh, the cheetah getting tickled.
Oh, this is so cute. He's getting ear rubs. That is a happy cat.
I mean, also, I don't want to forget the Emperor's New... I move away from the Emperor's New Groove conversation without just saying at least once, pull the lever, crunk!
Wrong! Why do we even have that lever?
There we go.
Let's see.
Irritating cousin drives man of peace relative to murderous crime spree.
Oh.
Yeah. If anybody wants to follow a really good thread on X, Nature is Amazing is an amazing thread. Just letting you go that I'm just throwing it out there because everybody needs a bit of happiness in their lives.
30 seconds. Or 20 seconds now, and we'll move on to question 9. Five, four, three, two, one. Question 9. Animal cult conspires to keep local human as wage slave. Animal cult conspires to keep local human as wage slave.
Huh.
got one answer, and I'm just like, is there any other game that works for?
I'm putting down movie names. I'm making up names.
Oh, I think I figured out 7.
Oh, right.
See, I hate that 7. I think I have two that I have what I think is the right answer, and one which I'm going to have a very long conversation with John about why he's wrong.
I don't know if I can, Gurks.
Egg is killing me though.
Throwing it out there to the room in general, Gurks has said, now say wage slave, but to the song Wild Thing.
Wage slave.
Slave.
Yeah, I don't think I could quite get the cadence down to it.
Oh, if you really want to feel old, which most people don't, but I did today. So you go on Facebook
I don't want
and you and I'm only on there sort of every 48 hours because I've posted questions in my Myogic and stuff in my Litus. But you open GIF and you put in the year that you were aged 10 and see what comes up.
Oh, I don't wanna.
I had Billy Idol. It was so cool.
I'm gonna do it on
And someone
Discord.
posted,
What's this?
with a rebel yell. So I put, we cried more, more, more.
So
Sorry.
I've just done it on the Discord GIF search, and the top 2 results are Kirby's Dream Land 2 and a repeating loop of a Blockbuster video shop with the phrase underneath it, "What happened in 1995?" Which I'm questioning.
Now,
What did happen in 1995 to Blockbuster Video? Also, the timer's just run out.
I think. What are you doing in the chat? What GIF command are you putting in?
I just pressed the GIF button.
Oh, okay. You're literally just doing that.
Yeah, and then searched for that.
I got Matrix gifts.
So
Yeah,
you search
fair.
for what?
The year you turned 10. Also, question 10. Question 10. An ambitious prince crushes hordes of humans into a writhing nightmare ball in order to impress his father. An ambitious prince crushes hordes of humans into a writhing nightmare ball in order to impress his father.
In the meantime, let's try that GIF.
Yeah, so mine are white chicks.
Okay.
Oh God.
And a GIF of a 2,000 rupee note with Mahatma Gandhi giggling.
Nice.
The third one on my list was just Janet Jackson sat in a chair.
Somebody on the thread, the Facebook thread, got Queen, the image from Bohemian Rhapsody.
The 4 of them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when we were 10, right?
When you were 10.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is on Facebook? I thought you were talking about Discord.
I mean, I did it on
Well,
Discord
we're
because I
doing
didn't want to
Discord,
look at
you
his
guys.
On
Facebook.
Discord. It originated on Facebook just because, that's where I saw it. See, that was mine. Billy Idol. Right.
I get very different ones on Facebook. Facebook, I get a wrestler falling off a ladder followed by a countdown up to 20,000.
Nice.
It's very weird.
And anything
One of them
exciting
was
on
on-
yours, Ben?
I got one which I just posted into our little chat in the
Oh
Discord,
no.
which is, we're going to party like it's 1999.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what you
solid.
should have got. Yeah.
No, because
Um,
that song would have come out before 1999. I think it came out in, I don't know, it's Prince. I don't know.
I mean, in the do you want to feel old categories, the 2 that I've seen recently of man time passes is the Teletubbies baby is pregnant now.
Oh,
Nope, I'm not taking that information in. I am actively rejecting that.
And
Teletubby baby will always be baby.
the young girl who played Amy Pond young is now as old as Karen Gillan was when she played Amy Pond older.
Wow.
Nope. No, that's not allowed to be true.
And she looks like a spitting image of Karen Gillan. Like,
What?
she has grown up and looks like Karen Gillan.
Okay, we need
Wow,
pictures.
that is being dedicated to your role.
Nixon. I'm beginning to wonder how old they are. Damn.
We need pictures now.
I'll find the pictures after the stream.
Summer of Love.
They'll go in the Discord somewhere. If you are watching and you aren't in our Discord, join the Discord to see those things we've talked about. Rogue. Let's get some answers going. Rogue, question 1. Convicted killer takes a young girl on a hugely dangerous hike.
The Last of Us?
Angel.
Oh, damn.
The Telltale version of Walking Dead episode 1.
I mean, I'm just going to give it to you. Yeah, it's The Walking Dead. I mean, I didn't get that specific. But yeah.
Joel is not a convicted killer, but in the Walking Dead Telltale games, the first episode, the guy who the main character is a convicted killer, and he is actually being driven to jail when the outbreak happens.
These are video games, right? They're not TV series?
Yeah, but the Telltale games were released in episodes.
Well, I put The Last of Us, so I got it wrong.
Yeah, same here.
Angel. Gymnastic 50-something dons black spandex outfit, chokes men.
The Arkham Asylum games.
Angel Mama.
What?
Catwoman.
I'm intrigued to think that both Batman and Catwoman are 50-something.
Hey,
they're
Batman
superheroes. They just keep going.
Batman is 50-something, so...
Ben.
Bayonetta?
Rogue.
I mean, I went with Batman Arkham City.
That was a bad description for Splinter Cell.
That's a really bad description for Splinter Cell.
Oh, and he's a gymnastic 50-something who dons a black spandex outfit and chokes men. I don't see Batman doing a lot of choking.
He
Have
doesn't
you
kill
played the
anyone.
Arkham?
He punches a lot of people until they pass out.
Yeah, but if you go the stealth route...
Yeah, I suppose actually he does
Still knocks him out, though.
he does do a knockout blow on them.
Can we get half a point for listing a game where all those details are in it?
I would continue to argue that Batman at most in his 30s for most of the run. Like, he gets to maybe 50s or 60s in, like, aged Batman things, but...
You talk to a woman who's never played a video game other than World of Warcraft and EverQuest and Chips Challenge, and I only watched that, and King's Quest. So get off my butt.
Kings.
You said spandex, I said Catwoman.
We're going to just go to Angel Mama.
Yeah.
Low-income employee discovers staff cuts, skives off work with his buds.
Yeah, I came up with a new video game called Work Sucks.
Ben.
And I like the title.
Yeah.
Oddworld.
Yes.
Oddworld.
What is Oddworld?
What?
I wasn't sure if I got it right.
It's
What game?
Oddworld AIDS Odyssey.
Oh, I put Stanley Parable.
I've not
Didn't know you
played that.
don't.
I went with Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
If this was like movies or TV shows, I might have got them, but video games, I'm not even close.
Nah,
I'll do movies next time, it's fine.
Thank you, darling.
Stanley Parable's a really trippy one, so I was kind of reaching with that, but I've never... I know of Oddworld, but I don't know it, so I wouldn't have guessed it.
I think Rogue is it Rogue or is it Ben now? It's Ben now.
Ben, could you just ask me?
Ben. mutant marsupial, etc., etc.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Close.
A hedgehog isn't a marsupial, my love.
Rogue.
That's what I put because it's the only thing I could think of.
It's Crash Bandicoot.
It is Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
It's definitely the same sort of game.
Yeah.
Sonic isn't a marsupial.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I wrote it, but I was like, yeah, it's an animal.
I mean, he fits that category, yes, and I don't...
Everyone does, but it fits in the animal
yeah.
category, unless they are a fungus.
Unless they are a
or
fungus, a plant, or a mineral. Rogue. Unstoppable super soldier escorts lunatic AI to humanity's most vulnerable hotspots.
I went with Halo 3.
That's just Halo, yeah. That's Halo. We'll give the points
I
for
put down
Halo.
universal soldier.
I thought it would Deuce Ex. So.
Universal
I had no
shoulder.
idea. I ended up putting down
You
Destiny.
said Deuce.
You're a Deuce.
Angel, one I hope you'll get. Highly suggestible tourist murders swathes of addicts in swanky undersea fishbowl.
BioShock.
Yep.
Yay!
I love how we all knew that one.
There aren't that many games that take place in a underwater fishbowl.
I
mean, you're not wrong.
I love the description of the main protagonist of BioShock as a highly suggestible tourist.
I mean,
it's not wrong.
It was the fishbowl that allowed me to get it because it's the only game I actually know.
Also my downside.
with me,
Yeah.
It's like, would you kindly kill everything?
Did accidentally put down the wrong bio to start off with. Put down Biohazard to begin with, but that's very different.
That's a
very
different game.
different theory.
Curious if that was the only one that Angel Mama got, then what we're going to get for this answer. Angel Mama, undead mogul, forms his own orcs-only talent agency, proceeds to push his clients to the top.
Well, as soon as he's pushing his clients go to the top, I wrote Orc Mountain.
I kind of love it.
Ben.
Shadows of Mordor?
Yes. And then...
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Oh, damn it. I went with something very different.
So did I. What did you go with, Rogue?
I went with Warcraft 2.
Oh, I went with that the Beat Dungeon Rhythm game.
Yay! I wanna understand that line of thought so much.
Ben.
Yeah.
We're coming to you for the specific game in the series question. Irritating cousin drives man of peace relative to murderous crime spree.
I'm not sure whether I've got the right one. I put down for Grand Theft Auto 3.
You get half a point. Rogue.
Is it GTA 4?
It is GTA 4. Hey, cousin!
Well,
cousin Nico!
I have a way better answer. Because he's a peacemaker, I have sheriff in my answer. Because it's a murderous rampage, I put sick sister. Because she has to be sick in the head to do it. So it's the sheriff's sick sister. Beat that for a game name.
Red Dead Revolution?
Yeah.
I still think that's better.
Rogue. Animal cult
You've given up on
conspires
me.
to keep local human as wage slave.
Animal Crossing?
Yep.
I hate that
Yeah.
that's right. I hate that that's right.
I love that that's right.
Jeff, you've just missed a round on badly described video games. Or, to be fair, you're about to hear the last one, which is... Angel, what was the game where an ambitious prince crushed hordes of humans into a writhing nightmare ball in order to impress his father?
Katamari Damashi.
Yep.
The hell did she say?
Also, technically to rebuild the solar system.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Rebuild the solar system. Yeah, started over. Same difference, right?
Oh, no.
Benethan,
Yeah.
how many points did you get?
I got 5.5.
So that brings you to 11.5.
Hey, double figures and it's around 2. That's a change.
The Citron Dragon.
I only got 6.
Angel Feather.
I got 5, so that puts me at 6.5.
And the Village Idiot.
1. Quite proud of it. Sorry, my friend just texted me, and I don't normally do this, but her dog just crossed the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh dear.
Zoe.
Oh no.
Well, let's
Poor
move.
dog girl.
Poor. Yeah.
She was a little Jack. Well, I say a little Jack Russell. She was quite a round Jack Russell. Very lovely dog. Yeah. These things are hard. You know, it was a case of she got so ill she had to be helped. So just
Well,
giving my friend a little bit of a perk up to let her know I'm thinking of you.
yeah.
Mm.
We're going to move on, and I'm now going to describe the Barry round.
Oh, please do.
Oh god.
This is in honor of. Let's start at the very beginning of this. My brother and Ree have pet rats, and one of them is called Barry.
Bowie! He's a
Bowie!
big, rotund rat of fun.
My brother, in last month's quiz, asked for a Barry round. I believe if I press this button, there is the artwork of Barry celebrating when I said we would have a Barry round. What then fell to me was about a month of working out what the heck a Barry round consisted of. And after much talking with my brother had originally pushed for a missing words round where all of the answers, all of the missing words from the headlines would be Barry. And I pointed out, that's a little easy.
Yeah.
Because
I will happily take the free 10 points.
Because if all the
We
answers
actually Googled the Barry round. There's an entire pub quiz 10 question thing on Google for Barry. 10 questions on Barry in Wales, isn't it? Or near Wales. It's actually a little town, a little village.
Now, my brother had suggested that I use that village's local newspaper to do a missing words round. But unfortunately, missing words rounds, they're really difficult to just come up with, because a lot of local news is just random stuff that happens around town and isn't always suitable for, like, words to be taken out of the middle of it.
Local sweatshop accidentally has corpse of hamster? Like, figuring out what word was missing in that sentence would be very confusing.
So what I've done, I have 10 clues to 10 different Barrys.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna drop out.
Okay. Okay. Talk to you soon, Ben.
Bye, Ben.
Bye, Ben.
Take care of yourself.
Turn that off.
Sorry.
I believe that was our champion who just left.
Yeah.
So I have 10 Barrys. You have to guess their surnames.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's simple.
Yes,
10
it
clues,
is.
10 Barrys. Jeff, you're doing it wrong.
Do I want to know?
Sean said Bowie. Girk said Barry. Rogue said Barry. Jeff said Gary.
Okay.
Question 1. Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. Name that Barry.
Didn't the Muppets do a version?
I've heard this song so many times recently, and I don't think there's a Barry in the song.
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl.
I remember the friend in Pretty in Pink sang it.
I'm feeling I'm going to do very badly this round.
I feel that we can probably bring the timer down to like 2 minutes for this.
Yeah.
Please show mercy.
Minute and a half?
No. Shortening it is the mercy.
I meant bring it down to a minute and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, that will be about 30 seconds from now.
I was gonna say, don't you have a cell phone? Or are you using that for some...
Well, I mean, if I used my cell phone, it wouldn't appear on the stream.
Oh, right. I think we had this discussion before, but it does go beep.
It would go beep, but this is a thing that appears on the stream. So that is 1 minute 30. Let's... Oh, no. If I change that and then reset it. Second Barry, the last surviving member of the Bee Gees. The last surviving member of the Bee Gees.
Over my head this entire round. I'm lost. I'm dead. I'm done. Kaput.
Yeah, well, now you know how I feel on most rounds, most months. Why did you think I did autopsies and...
I mean, look, I have been told I'm not allowed to do a Jimmy Buffett round, even now that he's passed. Like, that would be a very mean thing for me to do.
Yeah, but the library involved with Jimmy Buffett, autopsies, we managed to nail it down to a very small sort of... we didn't even talk about dissection. We talked about the origins of and who did what and when did it first come about and why and that kind of thing.
And bones.
And bones, yeah. But the thing is, I mean, if you were going to do the library of or something along those lines, or you'd have to knock it down to really, for 10 questions.
And now for question 3. Comedy scriptwriter and BBC TV presenter of Points of View. Comedy scriptwriter and BBC TV presenter of Points of View.
I don't know that many Barrys.
It was a challenge to find 10 famous Barrys.
Yeah,
And after I set the challenge of 10 famous Barrys whose first name were Barry, I ruled out people like the writer of Peter Pan, who is a Barry, but his first names are J and M. His surname is Barry.
His name was Barry. He was a showgirl.
Probably better looking than me if I was dressed up as a showgirl. That's for a start.
He had feathers in his hair.
I will say that there are a significant number of drag queens who look far better than I do on a daily basis.
You know, I went to I don't know if it's PC, but I went to a gay bar in London many years ago with a very good friend of mine and had an absolute blast. And I was pissed because they all looked better than I did, dressed as women.
5 seconds.
It's like,
I mean, I don't think there's anything non-PC about a gay bar. If it's just that's the bar that is frequented by by gays because, sadly,
I don't know what I don't know what
The
I'm allowed to
straights are
say and
awful.
not say anymore.
Question
But it
4.
was, yes.
Comedy writer, stand-up, and actor, born in Leeds, 1935. Comedy writer, stand-up, and actor, born in Leeds, 1935.
Which one is this?
That was question
number 4.
Jeff has 2 of these so far.
of course Jeff does.
This is either a real name or a name I heard in a movie. So
Like this does feel like the sort of round that Jeff would do very good at.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm getting between 0 and 2 points this round.
Well done you.
I'm getting 0.
There is that.
No, I only
I'm
know
filling in the-
2 famous Barrys.
I'm filling in the blanks the best I can.
I know one Barry, and I don't think he counts as the kind of famous John went for.
I mean, if it's
So,
just Barry from down the road, then no.
No.
Is this like a porn star you're referring to?
No, he's a famous Barry, and you guys will know him, but he's not going to be the kind of famous where John's going to be all like, I'm going to put him in our quiz.
I mean, that's
I'm
why I
now-
presumed you meant a porn star.
I'm now
Nope.
curious to ask after this, if that Barry doesn't show up, I'm curious to find out what that Barry is, but also the timer ran out. So, question 5. The alter ego of DC Comics superhero, The Flash.
She got a
Oh,
point.
I heard something painful there.
I
She
think
literally
Angel
about
just
2
went
nights ago said
supersonic.
Oh, what I hate is I know that this is the namesake of the round, and I've forgotten.
Yeah, that's an awkward one for you, Rogue. I sure hope nobody's viewing this.
It's really bad. Well, there's your answer, John. The odds that it would be this question.
Quite high, in all honesty.
I mean, when I'm looking
To
for
be fair.
famous Barrys, I'm going to include the namesake of Barry the Rat.
I guess I thought you were just gonna go all for celebrities. So I started thinking you weren't gonna go for anyone non-fiction.
I mean, to be fair, I think that Barry is the only one who isn't a real person. That is
Fair.
the only fictional Barry. You have 10
So
seconds
Barry
left.
So if Barry the Rat is an answer, you're saying Barry the Rat is fictional.
No, I'm saying Barry the Rat's a real person. Question 6. You're the first, my last, my everything. You're the first, my last, my everything. Although I think it's
I
normally a
mean,
little
John,
bit
that's very
lower.
sweet of you. John, that's very sweet of you to say, but we were waiting for the 6th question.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
sorry.
I know, right?
You're the first, my lars. Why is it suddenly Devonshire? Yeah, Gurks has just made the same joke.
John suddenly it got infected by Sean Connery, apparently.
I love how the people doing the quiz and the chat all share one collective brain cell.
There's one
Let's
brain
take
cell
turns
between
with
all of you. You're the first,
Yeah.
my last, my everything.
How come I never get to use the brain cell? I'm offended.
You did just then.
Yeah, like a question ago.
Yeah, when you made the joke that we all made.
It pinged past. Gurks has it on Tuesdays, apparently.
What
That
those
explains
big
why.
Main Coon.
Is there a Maine Coon called Barry? Can I
No,
meet this
sorry,
main coon?
my girlfriend is still chatting to me because she knows I'm in a pub quiz, but she's been told she can get a cat to replace the dog.
Time's up. Question 7. Better known as Sir Les Patterson or Dame Edna Everage?
I knew you were going to ask this one, and I should have looked it up.
Better known as Sir Les Patterson and Dame Edna Everage.
Used to love her.
Name that Barry.
Yes.
So on the topic of
Canal.
unfortunately passed away dogs and replacing them with cats, I did have seen a very cute meme going around recently, where like a dog has passed away and a cat is giving the ghost of the dog an update on how the human's doing, and the dog's just like, but don't you and like and then it goes back, and so as he's going back to like the mortal realm, the dog's like, but don't you only have 9 lives? And the cat's just like, I can think of worse ways to use them. Which I think is very sweet. Just the idea of like a cat just sort of like stopping its heart to give the now passed dog an update on how the human is.
No.
That is sweet.
Excuse me, I didn't sign up to cry this.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm sorry for telling you a sweet story that I saw.
Yeah, well, my girlfriend just told me they charged her $370 to put their dog down. And I said,
Oh.
ouch, painful on the heart and the wallet. She said, at least we didn't have to stand in the lobby trying to shit out $370.
I feel that we should drop that particular line of conversations for the rest of the quiz, if at all possible.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll move on to question 8, or Barry number 8. Best known for portraying Brad Majors in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Mayor Randall Winston in the sitcom Spin City. Name that Barry.
No, that's a P.
You're not meant to help each other.
No, I was thinking, and then I spoke
I
out.
spoke out loud.
Okay. 'Cause I don't know how I feel about playing against the brain trust.
What brain?
You're
Nerf.
pinky.
Oh god, that was one of the best parts of Scrubs. Like, there's a lot of Scrubs that's aged terribly, but I love the brain trust.
Yeah,
And the air guitar bit.
yeah. We listened to some of the music the other day at work. There was some good music in that show.
Mm. Oh, the music was fantastic.
Especially Ted's band.
Gosh, speaking of fantastic music, we went to the Thursford Christmas Spectacular yesterday, and oof, they will make you cry.
15 seconds.
But like it's good, emotional, moving music kind of cry, not like Sarah McLachlan cry.
And now it's time for question 9. Former professional baseball left fielder who played 22 seasons in Major League Baseball, considered one of the best of all time.
I have thoroughly given up. My brain has just gone.
Oh, in terms of people suddenly getting music,
Which question was this?
That was
No.
question 9.
No.
Former professional baseball left fielder who played for 22 seasons in Major League Baseball, considered one of the best of all time. I was watching a stream earlier, and they were doing karaoke. And they were doing karaoke where, when they got donations through, the tempo of the song would either go up or down, depending on whether it was an odd or an even number.
We're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. No.
They started off doing Is it Vanessa Carlton 1,000 Miles?
Oh
Yeah.
god.
One of the guys that was on it was like, I know 500 miles, but I don't know 1,000 miles. And he was like, maybe I'll pick it up as we go. And like, literally the first piano, like da 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 da. He was like, oh yeah, this one. It was like clearly doesn't know the song by the name, but ba da ba da da ba da.
Yeah, as soon as you hear that piano, you're all like, "Oh, I know this song."
Question 10.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. What was that, Angel Mama?
I was going to say number 8 again, but that's okay.
Number 8 again was best known for portraying Brad Majors in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Mayor Randall Winston in the sitcom Spin City.
Right, thank you. Sorry, I just needed a quick reminder.
No problem. Question...
There's going to be a lot of... No, I'm going to shut up.
Question 10. Called the Meccano Man, this professional motorcycle racer competed in Grand Prix racing and won 2 consecutive 500cc World Championships. He was called the Meccano Man because they replaced his knee and was a professional motorcycle racer who competed in Grand Prix racing and won 2 consecutive 500cc World Championships.
The Meccano Man suggests that, yeah, sure, getting a knee replaced. My dad had his knee replaced. He's not made a Meccano. It makes me think that they replaced his leg with the actual toy.
Yeah, I know. My brother Pete was so into Meccano, it was unbelievable. The things he would make.
I think you got Savannah Meccano kit one time, didn't he?
Yeah. And because he had the good stuff, which is the older stuff, it got passed down to my brother Keith, who then built stuff. It was just incredible. Meccano was the best.
See, one thing that I'm kind of looking forward to, mostly because if it becomes standard, there's a lot of toy companies that are in trouble, is like for 3D printers to become a bit more affordable. Because then it's just like, oh yeah, you don't need to bother going to the toy store to buy a toy. You just buy. You probably would have to buy the diagram and print it at home.
Yeah, that's where the money would come from, would be buying the instructions. But other than that, like the digital instructions.
I am not buying 3D printed Lego bricks, though. Hell no.
They 3D
Anyway.
printed houses.
That is the end of that round. We'll get some answers now.
Might have a couple of them right.
Mine are certainly all wrong.
Let's name those Barrys. That's a weird thing to be able to say, but I'm going to run with it. Angel. Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl.
Barry Manilow?
That was indeed Barry Manilow.
Holy shit, I have a point.
Angel Mama, the last surviving member of the Bee Gees.
Was it Gibbs?
It was Barry Gibb.
That's what their last name was.
Rogue, comedy scriptwriter and TV presenter of Points of View.
Barry News.
Angel.
I have no answer.
Me neither. This is a bust.
That would be Barry Took.
Oh, don't know that one.
Fool of a Tuck. Okay.
Angel, comedy writer, stand-up and actor, born in Leeds in 1935.
Barry Bostwick?
Angel Mama.
Oh, I had more for some reason. Moore.
Rogue.
Barry Leeds.
That would be Barry Cryer. Angel Mama, the alter ego of DC superhero, The Flash.
That would be Angel's answer, because Angel Mama has no freaking idea.
Rogue.
Barry Allen?
That would be Barry Allen.
I said it.
Yeah, I know, like I remembered. That was like 2 days ago.
True.
Also, Frank Abagnale Jr.'s code name he used in Catch Me If You Can, apparently. I don't know whether that was Barry Allen or Barry Cryer, but
Catch Me
Rogue.
If You Can. Oh, that's the Leonardo DiCaprio one where he
Yes.
it was based on the true story of that dude who fakes all those personalities
Yes.
or professions.
Professions.
Yeah, okay.
He was a massive con man.
Hmm.
Oh, was that the one with Tom Hanks?
Yeah,
Tom
he caught
Hanks
him, didn't he?
and yeah, Leo.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Rogue. Once again, this is going to be hilarious. Rogue, you're the first, my last, my everything.
So considering I got the previous one right, I can't put the same Barry down twice. So I'm gonna go with Barry White.
You are correct.
Yes.
Love that voice.
One, it is not Barry Manilow again, and two, it is that Barry.
Yeah.
Hey.
Angel, better known as Sir Les Patterson and Dame Edna Everage.
Pass.
Angel Mama.
Is that Barry Norman?
I'm afraid no.
Oh, crap. All right,
Rogue.
thank you.
I went with Barry Patterson.
That would be Barry Humphries.
Humphreys. Oh, my God.
Angel Mama,
Hang on,
best...
I'm just beating my head against a wall.
Okay, I'll give you a second.
Thank you. Oh,
Best
my
known
God.
for portraying Brad Majors in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Mayor Randall Winston in the sitcom Spin City.
No, I'm afraid I've got a blank on that one.
Rogue?
Barry Actor.
Good one.
Angel?
Barry Bostwick?
Correct.
What?
Well, you get there in the end, I guess. Rogue, former
She
professional...
knows like 3 names, and she's just written them in all, you know. It's like,
Alternating order.
Luckily, I was like, when you answered that one earlier for like Barry Cryer, I was like, I hope you get that one in the right place as well.
yeah, she did.
I wasn't even convinced it was a real name. Part of me thought I'd heard it in like a movie.
Girk says that's a Barry good answer.
No.
Rogue, former professional baseball left fielder who played 22 seasons in Major League Baseball, considered one of the best of all time.
Barry Mitchell.
Angel
Babe
Mama,
Ruth?
anyone?
No.
That would be Barry Bonds.
Oh, I know that name too. Now you said it, I know it, because I
yeah.
would have heard it while I was in the States. I'm sure some ass told me.
Angel, the Meccano man, did you...
Nope.
Me neither.
Rogue?
Smith.
Sheen.
I got one of them. I got 2 of the letters.
S-H-E-E-N.
I got 2 of the letters in that. Can I get like a tenth of a point?
No. Sheen. S-H-E-E-N-E.
Oh, with an E on the... Okay.
He was called the Meccano Man because he had a motorcycle accident, and apparently the X-rays were released in the papers, and it looked like Meccano had put his legs back together again.
I'm sure he did, actually, with the... They would have...
Pinned
and screwed and yeah.
We are going to quickly move on to our final round.
Do you want points?
Oh yeah, I probably should.
We actually have a few, not many, but you know.
Yeah, there are points this round. It's a miracle.
Rogue.
3.
Angel Feather.
3, which puts me at 9.5.
And the Village Idiot.
3.
Oh, you all got 3.
I was like, do we all get the
We all
same
got a
3?
different 3.
Yeah.
You could have done really well if you worked together.
No.
Honestly,
Actually, I kind of love the idea that if we ever got like a formal answering system where you could just plop the answers in and like turn up on the Twitch stream and all that fancy doodad, getting like a collective score, like you all got this, and together you could beat the quiz.
I also quite enjoy that even, you know, without Ben getting any points that round, he's still in the lead.
Yeah, I believe it.
That first round did him well.
Yeah.
Really well.
We're going to now move into the last round, and the last round is the which earned more.
Oh right, we're not doing general idiocy, are we?
No, that's gonna come up next month probably.
Yay! No, my enthusiasm.
Which earned more? I have looked at a Wikipedia article that has gathered the top grossing things. These are media properties
Gross revenue or gross profit?
that have grossed, I believe, gross revenue, that have grossed 2 billion, oh, 1 second, I need to get the exact numbers. That have grossed $2 billion or more.
Ooh.
I have taken that list, which is, as it states on the list, an estimate because it's using whatever publicly available information we can, so it's not necessarily 100% accurate.
It's full of lies.
It is using whatever is available, so this is the best I can do. I have not gone to the accountants of each of these properties to find out this information. I have taken...
And why not?
Because that takes too much time.
What, you
And
mean you didn't go? I'm John from Final Boss Fight, and I need correct figures for my quiz. You're gonna get them to me.
You are correct. I did not do that thing.
He should have called. He should have called Stephen Jobs up in jail, up in heaven, up in jail, up in heaven.
There's bars at the door.
I'm sure his phone number's public.
There's your F-bomb.
I stopped myself.
I have taken elements from that list, and I'm going to now ask you, which of these two things do you think has earned the most money as of the most recent update to this? As far as I can see, these numbers are not adjusted for inflation. They are accurate at time of being reported whenever they were reported.
Okay. One quick question. Everything is over the 2 billion with a B, bravo, dollar or pound amount?
So the entire property is over $2 billion, but each of these items might be a small chunk of that pie.
Okay.
So I'm not asking you about the entire franchise unless I state it's the entire franchise. I'm going to ask you about specific elements of certain franchises. You will see what I mean exactly when I ask you the first one.
Thank you.
And so, one, you are choosing between two things. 50-50 shot. I'm expecting some points this round from all of you.
I shall endeavour to get none.
Good. I'm going to leave a minute 30 on the clock because that feels about right for this. And let's go right ahead with question 1. Pokemon at the box office versus Barbie at the box office. Which of those things has earned more money? Pokemon at the box office or Barbie at the box office?
Both of these referring to the franchises?
Yes. the Pokemon franchise at the box office versus Barbie at the box office.
I think it was Thor. It was a Me Too one.
Oh god!
Don't-
For context to the chat,
We
I
don't
think they're
even need to
discussing
know.
who.
I don't think that needs context. That's fairly self-explanatory.
You waited till
The
it got
chat-
quiet specifically to say that.
The chat might not know that Thor's a dog.
I mean, if they think
should
the
hope
Norse
so.
god has just gone round to Angel and Angel Mummers and let out a meaty one,
I have a feeling that this quiz would be over as those two would just be going, "Oh, Chris
Oh,
Hemsworth,
God.
how are you doing?"
I mean, to be honest, some people would pay for that.
What, for Chris Hemsworth to come visit, or for Thor to fart?
For Chris Hemsworth to come visit and fart.
Okay,
In their
question
home.
2.
Yeah.
Question 2. The Marvel Cinematic Universe box office takings versus the Call of Duty video games. The MCU box office versus the Call of Duty video games.
I don't know how many.
Oh, and this is what, including things like microtransactions, every single game, etc.
It includes whatever the hell they wrapped up into their reportings of the video game's money.
Legitimately, these first two have been absolutely horribly difficult to make judgment calls on.
Gurk says a Thor fart is thunder, no?
Oh, well done. Thunder what? Thunderdome? Yeah.
Wait, so meat and thunder? This is what, a lightning fried steak?
He's like, I was all curled up on warm and cozy, and you picked me up and ruined it.
Wait, if
See, now she wants attention. See what happens? You pick up one dog, they all want attention. Then there's nothing but chaos.
20 seconds.
You've only wanted 3 dogs.
John, do you want to get a dog or a cat?
I'm okay with neither.
Oh no, I've been told that as somebody, well, now that you're getting a flat,
Yes.
which I don't know if you said on stream or not, or before the stream, so I apologise if that's exposing public information you didn't want exposed. As a fellow flat haver, I am repeatedly told by one of our associates that I need to get a goddamn cat.
Ah.
They are more independent, so you can leave for longer lengths of time with less concern about what they will or won't do while you're gone.
It is time
Yeah,
for the
but
third question now. And that third question is Spider-Man at the Broadway musical versus Pokemon jet aircraft livery. Which earned more money?
That's amazing.
Spider-Man, the Broadway musical, versus Pokemon's jet aircraft livery.
Well, the stickers of Pokemon that they put on jets.
This is using publicly accessible, publicly reported money.
So back to question 2.5.
Yes.
Cats are independent in the same way that dogs can be independent. They can also be tiny little sods that will just follow you from room to room, just because they have to be in the same room as you.
But cats, what I'm saying is, you leave a cat with a clean litter tray, food and water, like a food dispenser and a water dispenser. You could leave overnight. You can't do that with dogs. You have to be there. They need to be let out regularly to relieve themselves. And in a flat, you'd have to leave the flat to do it. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas
No,
a litter box.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. So Cats are better if you've got a smaller quarter, is what I'm
10
saying.
seconds.
So I did see a beautiful video which was like addressing this years back, and what somebody had done is they'd set up cameras in their flat so they could record what their cat's doing whilst they were away, because they were like, our cats are really just like independent and standoffish, and it's adorable. For pretty much the entire time their human was away, they were sat chirping at the door, waiting for them to come back. And as soon as they sort of heard the key in the lock, that's when they scampered back to whatever they would normally be doing.
Time's up, and it is time for question 4. Question 4 is Dora the Explorer home video sales versus Toy Story VHS sales. Dora the Explorer home video sales versus Toy Story VHS sales.
I'm not sure I'm choosing the right answer anymore. I'm so much just choosing the answer I want to be right.
Yeah, me and you both. Well, just an answer. Going back to 2.5 though, I mean, this is proof that cats are dickheads. Cats can actually feel the vibrations of an oncoming earthquake, but do they warn you? No, they're cats. They're assholes.
I actually trained one of my cats to like come when whistled for.
Oh, cats are trainable. People don't think they are, but they actually can be trained. I've actually went to a show with a cat acrobatic cat. It was very cool.
Yeah, 100%. There was a cat that Ree and I, well, that was mine when I lived with my friend Ree, and bless them, because I was working during the day and they were working at erratic coffee shop hours, most of the time they would be at home with this cat just going
15 seconds.
Meow, and thus would spend all day essentially having a cat acting like a baby.
Nice.
The loudest cat you've ever seen.
I had a huge cat called Ulysses.
Time is up. Question 5. James Bond video games versus Paw Patrol at the box office. James Bond video games versus Paw Patrol at the box office. Gurks picks up on the fact that it was the loudest cat you've ever seen.
Well, I might have heard louder cats and never seen them. Of all the cats I've seen and held, this is certifiably the loudest.
I can't argue with you there.
So you're seeing voices like Jennifer does.
Shut up! You knew what I meant.
No, I miss Phoebe. Hasn't been our cat for a while now, and not through death. She kind of just moved families. But when we first moved in,
The Gurk says, if a car meows but is never seen, is it really a cat? I feel they mistyped there, but I'm going to read it as it's written in the chat. Also, you have 20 seconds until I ask you another question. Gurk says, damn it!
If your car starts meowing, take it to a mechanic or a vet.
If your car starts meowing, then don't put it in drive, because clearly something is hiding in your engine.
Yeah.
Mechanic, vet, maybe open the bonnet.
It is time for the next question, and question 6. I decided to look at two numbers within the same franchise. Which did better, Lion King box office sales or merchandise sales?
Ooh.
Sorry, say that again?
Lion King box office or Lion King merchandise? Gurk says, but the salesman said, listen to this baby purr.
Yeah, that's what her.
Yeah, they all do, don't they?
So the fun fact: if your car is purring or making meow sounds, open the bonnet, pour a bucket of water in the car. It'll shut up right quick.
Did I ever tell you the story about when we went to a church event in the community hall in Australia, and you found out a chicken had ridden on our rear axle the way there? So we had to leave the chicken in the trunk of our estate while we went to our Christian gathering, and then clean the poop out of the truck, out of the. It's lucky it was a station wagon where the poor chicken had. We had no fucking chicken stuck in the car. It's like, oh my
I mean,
god! Of all things,
I'm kind
only
of
in
loving
Australia.
picturing this chicken like running on the back axle, like the axle spinning and the chicken.
It was there. Trust me, the whole way.
Oh,
I don't know what it sat on, but it was
I'm
under
assuming
the
it's
car.
sitting on a bit of it that didn't spin, but you know, it's an excellent
No,
image of this chicken like backpedaling really quickly as he's like, the ground's moving, the ground's moving.
no,
One of those breathing
there's a
chickens.
better image is if it's a short chicken.
Mhm.
So like half the wheel's height or less. Just the idea that it holds on for dear life as it's just being flung round and round and round and round and round and round.
You do realize he drives like 60k, 70k, this freaking chicken hanging on for his dear life. But like,
Okay,
pretty much,
question 7. Might have a couple of
still
seconds.
against
We're, we're waiting
Don't
for
die,
we're
Rogue.
waiting for Rogue to start breathing again. I hope it's soon.
Carry on.
Question
Australians.
7.
Oh god.
Question
Sorry, carry
7. SpongeBob SquarePants musical theater versus Street Fighter box office and home video sales. SpongeBob SquarePants musical theater versus Street Fighter box office and home videos.
I hate that first option is a thing.
And yet the second one is fine.
That's because Street Fighter's awesome no matter what you do.
I
What's
can new
wrong
entry
with-
for Street Fighter. It's the chicken that hitchhiked on your car.
I am
If you can
including,
handle
Jeff,
that.
whatever they included in the reported numbers.
You know, they should include that in one of the GTAs.
Yeah, an achievement, get a chicken to ride on your car for X amount of miles.
GTA Oz. The only place with chickens so mighty they will hitchhike under your car.
Hand on Bible, it happened. Even with my dad, my brother. It was, let's see. I don't think Claire was living with us anymore. But yeah,
No.
it was a bit of a shocker. Because
Oh,
we were looking at the car, and my mum goes, "There's a chicken." And my dad goes, "What?" And my mum goes, "There's a chicken." And we were like, "Where did that come from?"
10
She goes, "I think
seconds.
Oh, no, like, it's not that I don't believe you. I do believe you. It's just so.
It's a great
So
mental
funny.
image. And to be perfectly honest, as much as I believe you, I don't want collaboration on this, because if anyone says that it didn't happen, that's more disappointing.
It's just,
That's
it was,
corroboration.
we hadn't lived in
Whatever.
Australia that long. We were getting used to the wildlife, and our chickens we didn't think were that wild.
Oh no, I have one better version of this, John. So you know that chicken I was talking about where it just
Oh, yeah,
holds
the
on to the
chicken's just
spinning
holding
axle
on and
for
it's
dear
spinning,
life?
and the chicken's going.
Oh no, it gets better. Now imagine that's a rubber chicken.
Okay, yeah. Okay, question 8.
Ooh.
Dragon Ball merchandise sales versus Star Trek box office takings.
Ooh.
Dragon Ball merch sales versus Star Wars box office.
Star Wars or Star Trek? Because you
Sorry.
just said both.
Star Trek box office.
I
Star
was gonna say, we've both
Trek.
written different answers because of our likes and dislikes, but then I think sometimes you'll probably like, no, that one makes more sense.
Mm.
Dragon
I
Ball merch
legitimately have
versus
no
Star
idea
Trek
how we do this thing.
box office.
Oh, I'm in slight pain from the chicken.
But you know
I-
what? We could honestly say we had free-range chicken.
Yeah. I will say I was very careful to make sure that all of the answers weren't the first or second all of the time.
Oh, see, I'm now just imagining like a chicken in a tiny little business suit jumping onto the axle under your car as you drive into work, only for it to hop off and go to its tiny little chicken office.
I did see a video the other day of a squirrel that had got on a train and commuted.
You know, there's some dogs that do that. They live in the outskirts of certain Russian cities, and they hop on the train and they know when to get off because it's good, like begging areas, I guess, for dogs.
There are cats and dogs that do that in Japan.
They do that in Athens.
But I haven't seen a squirrel though.
Oh, sorry. It is time for the next question, which is question 9. Mario video games versus Fast and the Furious box office takings. Mario video games versus Fast and the Furious box office takings.
I'm gonna give you credit. This has been a very difficult round to make any calls on.
It is. Gonna go with my gut on this one.
It's a very interesting round, and there are a lot of things on this list. We might come back to it with other things later.
Like, how much money what was the rough revenue of Mario video games since their inception? Not adjusted for inflation.
I can tell you what the publicly reported number is in, a couple of minutes.
I thought you were about to say in yen.
If you give me long enough, I can translate it, but I mean, it'll be translated in today's prices.
I was going to say at today's market.
On the subject of dogs going to work, dogs commuting, I did also see a news story this week that a Tesco's somewhere in England is now kicking out a cat that likes to go and visit. And people are boycotting the shop because
good.
Let the Tesco's cat go to Tesco's and be pet by people.
Yeah.
We are now on to final question number 10, which is very serious, hard-hitting question in this very serious and hard-hitting quiz. My Little Pony retail sales versus Bob the Builder.
Ooh, you just said Bob the Builder full stop.
Bob the Builder retail sales.
Oh.
So, My Little Pony retail sales versus Bob the Builder retail sales.
No, that's Fix It Felix.
Yeah.
From Wreck-It Ralph, but...
What were we saying about dogs a second ago?
Dogs that commuted in Russia.
Dogs in Japan, I think, or gendered.
Dogs that commute in Japan.
It was the bit just before you asked the question.
The cat at Tesco's?
Yes, there we go. Now, I wager that any boycott will cost that Tesco more money than any amount of vet bills possibly could.
To be clear...
Yeah, but it's probably a health and safety piece of BOS that,
That or some
which is why all they have to do is take responsibility for the vet bills or check, is it chipped? In which case,
the
cool,
cat
just
is
check
owned
with the
by
owners.
someone and goes home at night, but likes to go and sit in the Tesco's foyer on the bags of charcoal or whatever seasonally appropriate wood chippings they have in the foyer bit at the front of a Tesco's. And get pets from people as they go into the shop, and apparently also pays attention to people that have had stressful days and are going in shopping, and it's getting us. but it's apparently going to be politely ushered out of the Tesco's for the moment, because, as you say, for health and safety reasons, they can't just allow a
to the
cat.
owners that we take no responsibility, then the owner's going to have to either keep the cat inside or decide whether she's okay with Tesco not taking responsibility, in which case it's a moot point.
Let us get some answers now.
Okay. They're all wrong.
Okay. As I say, it's a 50-50 shot. I'll be impressed if you manage to get them all wrong, because that implies that you knew what some of them were.
Or just a very bad judgment.
Or
Yeah.
that.
That's my
Rogue.
dating life.
We'll start with Rogue. Pokemon versus Barbie box office.
Pokemon?
I'm afraid that's the wrong answer.
I feared it would be.
I'm surprised because a lot of Barbie was released on straight to DVD, so
Yeah, the only Barbie I could think of that was in the theater, like box office, was the movie
one that literally just came out.
According to the publicly recorded figures for both of these things, the Barbie box office takings are $1.439 billion, whereas the Pokemon box office takings are $1.156 billion.
A lot of that will have been the last Barbie movie.
I mean, there's
But
got to be
that
inflation
one,
issues in there.
No, I think the last Barbie movie actually, on its own, took $1 billion, like something like $1 billion in box office takings.
That's what I'm saying. The Margot Robbie one.
The Margot Robbie one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that up to see what its takings were. Yeah, 1.442 billion.
There you go.
Damn.
Just on its own.
Uh,
That's insane.
Angel. The
Yeah.
MCU box office takings versus Call of Duty video games.
I think it's Call of Duty.
You would be correct.
Oh, there we go. I got at least 1 point. I'm happy with that.
Call of Duty has taken $31 billion, whereas the MCU box office takings at last time of reporting was $29.56 billion. So it's close.
When was the last recording?
No idea. Angel Mama, the Spider-Man Broadway musical versus the Pokemon Jet Airplanes.
Oh, I put Spider-Man, but now I'm thinking it's wrong.
Spider-Man is the right answer.
Aww.
The Spider-Man Broadway musical apparently grossed $212 million,
Yeah,
whereas
Yep.
because it flopped big time, as did several of the lead actors of it after they got crashed into the audience.
Yep.
Whereas the Pokemon Jet Airplanes is only $3 million.
I thought it would have been more than that, but yeah, no. I knew Spider-Man flopped, which is why I was like, now I'm thinking I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But okay, cool.
Is that including the Pokemon Olympic stuff that Japan did?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that was the commercial jet airliners.
I was going to say, you're asking him too broad of a question there for Wiki.
I believe from looking at it that it was just the commercial jetliners that had Pokemon branding. It wasn't anything that they've done that was like promotion, publicity. Rogue, Dora the Explorer home video sales versus Toy Story VHS sales.
Toy Story?
Yes. Toy Story VHS sales was $290 million, whereas Dora the Explorer was $250 million. So there, again, quite a few of these are very close, and it's a little bit in it. Angel, James Bond video games versus the Paw Patrol box office.
Oh god, I hope it was the James Bond video games.
It was. James Bond video games is 500 million, and the Paw Patrol box office is 355.6 million. Angel Mama.
That's a lot of million.
That's a lot of money. Angel Mama, Lion King box office versus merch sales.
I said merch.
You would be correct with merch. The merch sales were $3 billion, and the box office was only 2.633 billion.
Only? I love the way you say that.
Only
so
2.63 billion. The thing that blows both of those things out of the water by a long margin is the Lion King musical theatre, which is 8.1 billion.
Yeah, but that's been running a long time now.
Because that's been running since about 10 years plus, at least.
Oh,
yeah.
Musicals cost a goddamn fortune to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do, sadly. I want to go to opera and can't afford it.
And speaking of such things, I think are we at Rogue again? I think we're around to Rogue again.
I think so.
Yeah, I just answered merch.
Cool. SpongeBob musical theatre versus Street Fighter box office takings.
I'm sticking with what I
And
wrote,
home video.
even though I think I might be wrong now. But Street Fighter?
In this case, you are correct. The Street Fighter money is 211 million. SpongeBob is 37 million.
Oh wow, not even the same order of magnitude.
Again, I think SpongeBob musical is like a year or two old. It's fairly recent.
All right, well I know what I'm getting someone for their birthday. I might get a ukulele thrown at me.
Angel, Dragon Ball merch sales versus Star Trek box office.
I went with Star Trek box office, but now I'm thinking I'm wrong.
I'm afraid to say you are. And much like some people I tested this quiz on earlier, you grossly underestimate the Japanese merch market. Dragon Ball...
I wasn't underestimating the merch market. I just thought that Star Trek had... I figured since Star Trek had been around longer, it just had time to...
Yeah, plus they have about 9 movies.
Yeah, but Dragon Ball merch sales is $6 billion.
Yeah.
So Dragon Ball has a very interesting place in global culture because Goku, as a character, is very clearly just a guy took the Monkey King and made him a new anime character.
Yeah.
Because the Monkey King in Japanese is called Son Goku versus Son Wukong in China.
It wasn't a very long walk to get there, was it?
No.
Especially not since the first series of Dragon Ball. He has a monkey tail.
He has a monkey tail and a staff that changes size and occasionally rides around on a cloud. You might as well have just had a sign following him round going, "This is the Monkey King, no really."
Imagine selling merchandise about action fighter Jesus. And that's Goku.
I want to see that merch now, please.
No, there's no merch, but there's a comic book.
I mean, that's fair. Angel Mama. Mario video games versus Fast and the Furious box office.
Angel Mama.
No, Angel.
Mom, I answered
Angel
the last one. I answered Star Trek.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. I will Fast and the Furious. Sorry.
You are correct.
Ooh.
Fast and the Furious is at $7.321 billion. And the Mario video games, at last reporting of whenever that was, is at 7.2 billion.
Oh, that's close.
Rogue, let's take us home. My Little Pony retail sales versus Bob the Builder retail sales.
My Little Pony?
I'm afraid that no. Although
Okay, fair
I,
enough.
I slightly get the feeling that Bob the Builder might have rounded some numbers in their reporting.
I was just thinking, My Little Pony's has gone on since I was a little kid. Bob the
Yeah.
Builder is nowhere near that old.
Bob the Builder has apparently $5 billion of reported retail sales, whereas My Little Pony is at 4.916. So I kind of get the feeling that there's possibly some rounding in the numbers reported by Bob the Builder. I also really just want to point out I was very tempted to ask Bob the Builder versus The Sims,
Oh,
because both of those are at 5 billion.
jeez.
Along
I know the Sims would have been high, but oof.
along with Gundam, apparently all three of those are at $5 billion. So yeah, I mean the other thing that I quite like with this list, and this is a list. It's available on Wikipedia. It's the list of highest grossing media franchises. They are media franchises that have grossed $2 billion total or more, using total estimated revenue and revenue breakdown based on publicly available information. I want you to guess, real quick, no points in this one, what is the latest, the most recent thing to break into this list? Because I can order this list by the year that a thing started. What is the most recent thing to have entered the list?
Board 8 Yacht Club tokens.
Bitcoin.
Nope.
X.
Nope.
Twitter.
No, not
Well-
Twitter.
I'm stumped.
The most recent thing to be added to this list at a current total revenue of $3.6 billion is Genshin Impact.
Ooh. Well, yeah, it's that gotcha game. Oof.
Shit, I'll second
The,
that.
How
the
does that compare to World of Warcraft?
one second.
See what Satan's response was. You need to send me because I'm gonna post it on the Discord. That's amazing.
I can't find World of Warcraft on the list.
Well, considering that it announced that it made 704.9 million for one quarter in 2023, I have a feeling it may win.
It should be on the list somewhere, because I can see that it should be, but it doesn't appear those numbers are available for whoever wrote this
Ooh.
list.
Spooky.
I will also quickly just say that the highest grossing thing on the list, the highest grossing thing on the list is, and probably to no great surprise, Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, that's not a surprise.
The highest grossing thing is
Oh wait, yeah, because it's franchises.
$88 billion in Pokemon things.
Jeez.
Over everything. That's licensed merch, which is over $80 billion on its own. Pokemon mobile games, which is over $6 billion. And then also the jet aircraft and the box office takings. Let's get some point scores. Rogue.
6.
Angel Feather.
6, which put me at 15.5.
Village Idiot, did you get 6?
Oh shit! Now I've forgotten. Hang on.
You doing okay?
I got 7.
7. Okay.
Hey,
You doing okay there, Rogue?
I'm just itchy. I'm just itchy, okay?
Right, I'm gonna take the final scores. I'm gonna just quickly drop Ben off of contention.
I don't actually know what the scores are. I haven't been keeping track.
In last place is the Village Idiot with 13.5. In second place with 15.5 points is Team Angel Feather.
Yo.
And in the lead with half a point between them with 16 points is the Citron Dragon.
Not bad, not bad.
So, Village Idiot, I don't know why I'm taking so much joy in saying that particular team name. It seems a little mean, really. For our December quiz, what would you like the round to be?
Well, I guess I'm just being mean because I've done a few things that are mean. So how about I do it sort of a simple round? Crunch.
Nestle Crunch.
Well, I was literally just thinking Nestle's chocolates.
I mean, I'll do it on Nestle chocolate or chocolate in general, chocolate bars.
I mean, sorry, I've got some bugs in my room and one just flew in my face. Can I get back with you? Because I was wondering, not being rude, but next month is December. So I'm figuring you've got a Christmas round.
I'm planning a Christmas round.
Huh?
I was planning a Christmassy trivia round, yes.
Yeah, and then you've got general idiocy, I think you said.
It's general knowledge, but you know what you want to call it.
Not for us. And I thought you mentioned something else as well.
I don't have anything else planned at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, would you mind if I get back with you? Because I want to think of it fair on
fine.
everyone. Thank you.
That's fine. I mean, one thing I did say I might do, and I'll see if I can get it put together in time, is I will look to see I'll look to see if I can do the same sort of badly described plot round, but for video, like for movies instead of
Movies. Yeah,
video
that's
games.
That was the one I think we all could manage. Video games and I mean, I know Ben had his Sweet Valley High?
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, Stardew Valley. Sweet Valley High.
I reckon he probably would have won if he stuck
A
around.
very different franchise.
You know, and yeah, I can handle like a round, but sometimes it just feels like I'm just, destined to lose every pub quiz. So, but no, I will come up with something that's,
Okay.
I think, more equal on footing. How's that?
Alcohol by proof.
With that, we will say
That's a good one.
We will say farewell. We'll say thank you guys in the chat so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know we go live, a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. If you have Amazon Prime, you do get a free sub every month. We would love it if you used it to support us, but please do use it to support a streamer out there, because if you're not using it, you're just putting money in Bezos' pocket, and he don't need it.
No, he don't.
Unless any more of his rocket ships unexpectedly explode or go missing.
Or he gets divorced again.
In the meantime, we're also going to say that we have a YouTube channel that you can find to watch all of our previous videos. We have a Discord you can join to chat with us and see some of the things that we've discussed in tonight's stream, as well as talking with us about the things that we're doing and that sort of stuff. We also have a website, www.finalbossfight.co.uk, that you can go to find links to the Discord and to the YouTube channels, as well as finding out information about things such as Dragon Meet, which is a tabletop role-playing game convention that Jeff and myself are going to be at on the 2nd of December, where we'll be promoting Final Boss Fight alongside 16 other tabletop role-playing game podcasters. So we look forward to seeing some new faces there, and hopefully seeing you at streams and podcasts after that. We are now going to go over to the end credits screen, and we are going to say that tomorrow night we'll be back on the FBF channel with some Dungeon of the Mad Mage. The D&D group are currently working their way through Vasen's backstory and exploring the temple in which he was brought up. And hopefully, meeting some of the people that he used to know and finding out interesting backstory points. On Monday, Angel, are you still doing Half-Life at the moment?
No, I beat it. So this next week is going to be Genshin, and then next week is not next week, but the week after is I'm posting a public vote of either opposing Vorse or Yakuza.
Okay. So on Monday, Angel will be yelling at monsters in Genshin Impact. Ben will be playing, what was it, Sweet Valley High? Ben will be playing Stardew Valley on stream, and on the FBF channel, the Light of Zarixis campaign continues as the group have gathered their armada and are heading into the Zarixian Empire to take on the forces of the Zarixian Empire before they can have the coronation and rise a new emperor. On Wednesday, Angel is going to be playing some more Genshin, Ben is going to be playing some more Stardew Valley, and then we are going to be playing some more of the modded Minecraft Let's Play that we're doing on the FBF main channel. We are going to possibly look at doing a Cobbleworks factory this time, using some of the fun things that we can do with Create to make a bunch of things out of cobblestone. On Thursday, Angel will play some more Genshin Impact, and on Friday, Jeff is going to be running Masks of Nyarlathotep, the Call of Cthulhu game, and then that is it for this upcoming week. We will see you guys at some of these things. In the meantime, we're going to go over to do a raid. Who are we going to raid into? Let us raid Jelly Buns. Let us go to an advert break immediately as I get here, and we'll go to a raid on Jelly Buns, who is playing Suka Game. Go give Jelly Buns some love. We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, so long. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.